Woo-wee, another day, another morning hungover. I actually had a bunch of drinks to celebrate finally fucking beating this game. And I gotta say, the last 6 or 7 missions really make up for a lot in this game. And I'll probably will have like a pretty quick spoilers full review of the game coming up soon. And it'll be probably relatively quick because I've already said so much in these Red Dead Redemption 2 Sucks videos about what I think about the game that I'll mostly just only have to talk about the plot. And I gotta say, the plot to Red Dead Redemption 2 is phenomenal. It is absolutely the best. This game, Rockstar has offered, that this genre, the sandbox criminal genre, has offered. But I got one more thing to say that I fucking hate. And it's just to compare it to Red Dead Redemption 1. The challenges system is bullshit. It's just fucking dog shit. Now, it's a little bit more complex and a little bit more varied than Red Dead Redemption 1. But I beat all the challenges of Red Dead Redemption 1 and became the Legend of the West without guides. You don't need guides. It's just a couple of times I might have looked up, where's a better place to find cougars, and so much shit I have to do involves those motherfucking cougars. Where's like the best place that spawns cougars? That's about it. I might have looked up specifically where where's one herb again? Oh, okay. That's it. That's all I looked up. I am permanently on Herbalist level 2 in Red Dead Redemption 2 because I have never seen 4 species of berries in the entire game. I know where 3 of the berries are. I know that one of the berries is fucking everywhere, but my task is to pick and eat 4 different kinds of berries. I've never seen a 4th kind of berry anywhere. Another one is a Master Hunter thing. One that would have been considered easy in Red Dead Redemption 1. Kill five cougars with your bow and skin 5 cougars. Well, I almost never see cougars in this game, unlike the omnipresent assassins that fucking would ruin you and your horse in the same swipe. The amount of one-hit kills on the hoof by fucking cougars in Red Dead Redemption 1 made them the most horrific fucking monster ever. I gotta get cancer just fucking thinking about it. In this game, they're almost nowhere. And I'm glad that I currently haven't had to do much concerning panthers, which are different than cougars, because I've literally only seen 1 panther ever. Like, they don't fucking exist. So God forbid I ever have to fucking do a bunch of shit regarding panthers, because they don't seem to ever fucking spawn. In the entirety of the wetlands of Lemoyne, I've seen 1 during the daytime. And if cougars tell me anything, like, these things generally spawn around dusk to early evening and never any time else ever. But it didn't matter what time of day it was, I never saw a panther, and the only panther I saw was in broad fucking daylight. So meanwhile, bears are pretty easy to deal with, and isn't it hilarious that black bears are called predators and show up as a red aggressive enemy dot, and that they run from you. They run from you like you're Jason Voorhees. In fact, black bears are more scaredy cats than fucking goddamn what do you call them? The deer. The deer run less. The fucking boars run less than the black bears, and the black bears haul fucking ass. They're really fast for some reason. I guess maybe they're that fast in real life. I'm not exactly an ursine specialist, an ursinologist, whatever the fuck you call it. What other animals fucking piss me off? Oh yeah, anything to do with birds sucks. Okay, birds of prey mostly only spawn in the mountains, which are so heavily forested, it's really hard to see birds. And the fact that oftentimes if you shoot at a bird, they will cease to exist, where I've repeatedly had a bird flying towards me. And I try to aim up and shoot it, and it clears my vertical aim. And I go, oh, I missed, let me turn around. And it's gone. And it's gone. In fact, there is not a bird in the entirety of the fucking sky. It's as if the bird just pulled a fucking 1989 Batman and flew straight up to the fucking moon like a goddamn rocket and just ceased to exist. That happens a lot. Oftentimes, running over bunny rabbits will like stomp them through the fucking earth. And, oh yeah, the amount of animals that commit suicide by throwing themselves in front of my horse rivals the amount of people who try to commit suicide running in front of my horse in the fucking cities. God, that happens a lot. What's another challenge I struggled with? All of the challenges that involve doing something with a trick shot without reloading are particularly unfair, because just like the problems that these same challenges caused, being the fucking hardest challenges in all of Red Dead Redemption 1, was anything to do with disarming people or shooting off their hats without reloading. That's not fair, because Deadeye automatically reloads your guns, which it should not have done in the first game and should not have done in this game. But it does. Entering and exiting Deadeye reloads your guns by magic. Not very good sim shit here. So I've never gotten past the sharpshooter challenge where I have to disarm 3 people, because it's really hard to get close to enemies in this game. The size of the areas in which you're going to get into gunfights vastly exceeds the size of areas in Red Dead Redemption 1. And also, John Marston has laser Terminator sights on his gun. Meanwhile, Arthur Morgan's reticle waves a lot, which I like. I like that realism. I like sometimes missing due to being harried by bullets everywhere and shit. That's fine. Even though I spent a lot of, towards the end of the game when my stats were all full, of just Terminator walking. Like, this was me with Arthur Morgan. Just, Deadeye, you're dead. Deadeye, you're dead. Deadeye, you're dead. Cover? What's that? Chest-high walls? I don't even see any. Like, I fucking need them. Okay, that's fine. But if I want to try to shoot and disarm people, I've noticed you can target a guy's hand. Sometimes he drops the gun, sometimes he doesn't. In Red Dead Redemption 1, you could shoot him in his gun arm, and he would most likely drop the gun. Now you actually have to shoot the fingers in front of the grip of this guy's gun, which is a target like this. But if I go over here, this is just fucking 8 paces. Look at the size of my fist, motherfucker. How big is my fist over here? It looks pretty fucking small in your field of view, doesn't it? Now imagine I'm twice as fucking far away, pointing a gun at you, try to disarm me by shooting only my fingers. Needless to say, I have not gotten that challenge done yet. What's other challenges I fucking had problems with? I didn't have problems to do with anything with bears, because bears are even easier to kill in this game than they were in previous games. Because bears in Red Dead Redemption 1 were just tanks. And you basically needed to shoot them between the eyes with one of the most powerful weapons in the game, or they didn't die in one hit. In this game, there's a number of critical regions that you can totally just turbo kill a bear, and there's quite a different amount of guns and different amount of ammunition that you can kill grizzlies with. They're not that scary. The main thing is, do not miss their top of their head, and don't miss their heart if they're charging you, because then you're going to have a bad day. But still, I've almost never been killed by an animal in this game. I'm trying to think of when an animal has killed me, and honestly, I've died mostly only in duels, because the duels are bullshit in this game. I've died to contextual shit involving the horrible, like, late in the game, it's like, yo, you gotta do a rail car thing. Also, you gotta do a rail car thing with the oncoming train, and the game does a piss poor job of explaining to you how to do the rail car thing. So I died to that train like 15 times. before I figured that out. There's a lot of quick contextual cutscene things that killed me. I died to combat like 3 times. I died to animals never, which is shocking. Like I said, the one time I died to an animal was on purpose, where I was like, what happens if I just let an alligator hit me? It kills you. So that's about it. Uh, fucking. So this game was too fucking easy, but the challenges are bullshit. Because, yeah, Herbalist 2, find berries. Who knows where the fuck they are? Do you remember in Red Dead Redemption 1 there was a little bit something called like herbalist maps or survivalist maps? Those don't exist in this game. There's nothing that helps you find anything. You just gotta look. If you're wondering, where the fuck are mooses? They exist in 2 fucking places that are a pain in the ass to get to. And if you don't find the pristine moose, you're wasting your time. I did find one of the rarest horses in the game, but horsebreaking is just stupid in this game. I have no idea how to break horses. I've broken like 3 or 4 horses in this game, but guess what? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to fucking do it at all. The fact that I ever broke one of the higher tier horses, actually, I believe the highest tier horse I might have ever broken was an American Standard bred. I've tried to get Arabians and like Dutch warmbloods and the other like better horses. I have no fucking clue how to break them. I've actually like nearly killed Arthur Morgan by running him completely out of stamina just trying to lasso these horses. And then you try to ride them and it says, move in the direction opposite of the way the horse is bucking or move the way the horse is bucking. It's not clear. It used to be a side-to-side balancing act, which made way more sense and I was very good at in Red Dead Redemption 1. Even on some of the craziest bucking horses, I could do it effortlessly because I just understood this. There's no meter. There's no rhyme or reason to the horse's movements. And you could feel like, okay, I move towards his head when he bucks up and back when he bucks down, or vice versa. It doesn't seem to matter. The horse just throws you and throws you and throws you and throws you. And I just go, you know what? How about just fuck off, rarest horse in the game? I don't even need you. Okay, because I can just buy horses equally as good as you, that maybe the only reason why I would possibly care about you is because you have a unique coat coloring and design that is not available in stores. But I could just buy you. This horse costs $1,000. Well, I have $6,000. I do not give a fuck how much this horse costs. I could buy 6 of him and still go to the store and buy all the ammunition in the fucking store, and then go to the general store and buy a candy to reward myself for pissing my money away afterwards. Who fucking cares? So that I always didn't like about the game, that the game breaks its own economy. It's like, you can't get me to feel like I need to survive, except for the fact that hunted food is way the fuck better than store-bought food. That's about it. That's about the only reason why you would need to do anything. You don't need to rob stagecoaches, not to mention that it's bullshit and broken like I previously explained. You're just rich after you get about halfway through the game. Now that I understand about the length of the story, halfway through the game, you have all the money that God has. You're rich as sin. You don't have to care. You just spend that money. Just spend all that money. Nothing comes up that takes it away from you. Nothing comes up where you need to save a lot of money to do anything. No, just the second that you have all these thousands of fucking dollars, which ironically, according to the plot, we need a few $1,000s to escape the law, and I'm just going like, Arthur Morgan has $6,000. I'm pretty sure he could support us all in Tahiti for fucking 3 months at least. Let's just leave. No, plot has to happen. But yeah, so I've read up on kind of like what the challenges are, and I know that several of them are bullshit. But the ironic thing is they're not organized in level of difficulty. Like in Red Dead Redemption 1, the difference in difficulty between Master Hunter 1 and Master Hunter 10 was very extreme. At some point you had to fight bears with knives. That's all I'm saying. Which is hard, but it's totally doable. Pro hint, use the lasso. It helps. And also you get to shoot the bear up until he has like no health left, and then just lasso and knife and you're good. It's not as bad as it sounds. Um, this game, it's like I said, it's like berries that who knows where the fuck it is in the entire map. Herbalist too. There's weird overlaps where it's like there's the weapons specialist one where it's like you gotta mostly use throwing weapons and crafted weapons, weird shit to kill people. That's fine. Why is Sharpshooter 4 kill a man from 80 feet away with a tomahawk? That's a weapons specialist thing, the tomahawk. And guess what? It's pretty fucking hard to hit a guy at that pace with the tomahawk. I assume you're meant to do it with the homing tomahawk. By the way, I've never found. I still don't know how to make those. I don't know where to find that fucking pamphlet. I'm not looking it up. I'm trying not to look things up in this game, and that's partly why I'm complaining. There's all those people saying all the shit you're complaining about isn't a big deal. Yeah, you looked up a guide, you fucking faggot. You looked up a guide. You know you did. You know you didn't try to do that shit yourself. You immediately went to IGN or some bullshit and looked it up, didn't you? Don't lie. Because guess what? You don't look up guides in this game, you won't know where jack shit is, you won't know what jack shit does, and you'll never beat any of the challenges. Never. Because guess what? It's awfully fucking hard, like I explained before, to kill fucking birds of prey with tomahawks. First of all, they hardly ever land. They only are up in the mountains, and you gotta get real fucking close to them to throw a tomahawk at them. And if you come within, well, like I'd say 1.5 times the straight on accuracy of a tomahawk, or the straight on range, as I'd say, of a tomahawk, at 1.5 times that distance, even if you're sneaking and the bird's back is turned to you, it will fly away. You have to get as close to that thing as humanly possible, and I've had the most success with if those things are eating a corpse. If like a bald eagle is eating a corpse, they hold still a little longer. But if they're on a roof or whatever, or on a mountaintop, they'll just fly away the second you're anywhere near them. You gotta get, again, within about 1.5 times the range of the tomahawk, and then aim up above the thing and arc it, and pray you don't just chuck this tomahawk off the fucking cliff, because there's only so many places that sell tomahawks. Even though you can retrieve them where you throw them, they're impossible to see because they don't glow or anything. And if you just chuck it off a cliff or something, you'll never find it. It's black. It's not identifiable from the terrain at all. It's so narrow that if you look on it edge on, it's like trying to see the blade of this knife at this distance. You can kind of see it, but not really. I don't know why that is. The same problem with throwing knives, although throwing knives are much easier to find and come by and spawn in your camp. But tomahawks, you got to buy from fences, make yourself. It's a huge pain in the ass to do anything involving tomahawks because you can lose them even though they're retrievable, and they're only really fun to use at really close range. I've had problems like you gotta kill 3 dudes on horses with throwing knives. Well, I might have fucked myself because I gotta say, I either gotta be a criminal and have bounty hunters come after me on horses, or commit some crimes and have lawmen come after me on horses, because I pretty much exhausted my storyline amount of dudes on horses to easily do that with. And you gotta hit the guy with a single knife in the face, basically. I imagine poison throwing knives solve that problem, but like that's not that far into the master weapon expert whatever thing. And then I don't even remember what I'm currently having to look for hunting. Oh yeah, I'm still on cougars. Because I've skinned 5 of them and I've only killed 3 with a bow. I have to find more. I know a few places they spawn, but hardly any of them spawn, and sometimes the range at which they'll spawn a cougar is really far. And I've only found 1 place on the entire map, even though I've seen about 3 or 4 places where cougars do spawn. There's only 1 place on the map where it's marked as cougar lives here. And guess what? Cougar does not live there. Cougar lives about 1 mile to 3 miles south of there. And in fact, if you're up there day, night, evening, dusk, doesn't fucking matter. Put out super predator bait and all that shit and just sit and wait and get attacked by a grizzly bear because cougar don't live there. So the map is, even though it's more detailed by a lot than Red Dead Redemption 1's map, the map lies to you frequently. It lies to you about where animals are. It lies to you about where plants are. Uh, it's just really obnoxious. I found out that there's a legendary fish location, and I tried for over an hour to find that fish. You can't hunt that fish because that fish is locked to a optional stranger mission. So it doesn't matter that the game tells you legendary fish lives here. Okay, you can't get it. Sorry, sucker. You have to do a chapter fucking 6 mission way late in the game to get that legendary fish. And there's multiple legendary animals that will be locked in this way. That's fucking annoying. It's either let me do the thing or don't let me do the thing, or at least tell me you may have to do something special in the future to make this legendary animal come out. Ooh, ooga booga booga. Stop wasting your time, retard. There's a lot of that shit. And one thing I will warn you, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. Spend your money. There's no reason to hoard it. Spend your money. When you get it, spend it. Enjoy buying clothes. Enjoy designing your own personalized guns. There's no big thing to buy. Okay, there's no big expensive thing to buy except for $1,000 horses, but you're gonna have about $5,000 or $6,000, maybe even as much as $7,000 or $8,000 if you don't find yourself spending that much money at any given time in the game. Spend it. Do not hoard it. There's no reason to hoard it. Spend the money. That's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for watching, everybody.